Okay, next we're going to do a seam finish. Remember, the seam finish is to keep the edges of your seam allowance from raveling out when your garment is laundered or just through use. See how the threads can easily start to ravel over here? We're going to do a couple things for seam finishes, but right now what we're going to do is a zigzag finish. And you need to set your machine so that there is some width to the stitch, and it will and a zigzag. So it'll go back and forth to the width that you set. And you're going to work with only the edge of the seam allowance. Do not sew over top of the fabric from the garment, only the seam edge of the seam allowance. So what we're going to do is we're going to, now that the machine is set on zigzag, I'm going to put it in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just watching with my eyes, based on how far over the zig and zag is going to go, I'm going to try to align my fabric up so the zigzag hits right on that edge. And I can adjust it a little bit when I start to stitch if I'm having trouble or I don't think it's going to hit the edge. Again, I'm just guiding my fabric. When I get to the end, because it's a zigzag, I don't really need to backstitch. We can see I've got the zigzag right along the edge. Now if I decided that that was too small of a zigzag, wanted to go a little bit bigger, or to do my triple stitch zigzag, I could set my machine accordingly and go ahead and stitch the other side like that. Okay, here we go for the other side of our zigzag. I am going to make mine a little bit wider. So this time I can't sew with the face side of the fabric up because I'm going on this seam allowance over here, and to get it so that it's just singled out I have to flip it over to the back side. And once again, you always want to kind of hold your threads when you start so they don't jam up and cause lots of knots. And then we'll take a look at this one. This one's a little bit larger in size. You can see the back of that one kind of small. This one just a little bit bigger, not greatly bigger. I'm going to go ahead and trim that. And we would always press our seam allowances open flat, which means we open up our fabric, we take them over to the ironing board, and we press this open nice and flat to reduce bulk inside our garment.